Hey guys, it's time for Eric's time. Do. I love the cat cafe. Not the cat cafe. The Pink Lady Cafe. It's a cat cafe today. But the Pink Lady Cafe music is just so chill and jazzy. I don't know. I just like it. Anyway, it's time for Eric's turn in the spotlight. And so, of course, he must be Mr. Sweet. Because he's my sweetheart and my prince. So, let's see how this goes. I was led to a booth and given a menu and some cat treats. As I settled into my chair, I noted all of the kittens and cats who are wandering around, nuzzling people or simply watching the patrons in mutual curiosity. I was greeted by a rather welcoming orange cat, hearing him release a meow at my presence and nuzzle my hip in approval of my company. I fed him some treats as I waited for my server.
It would seem Eros approves of your being in his booth, Your Highness.
Well, hello. Eros, you say? Huh? Whoa! You're like a fox, my dude. And I mean that in more than one way, Winku. I quickly turned to see Erik, my charming husband. Oh, so this is after we got married. Interesting. That's okay. I wanted to save the wedding thing for like the last thing I do. So, that still works out. I know it's not directly in order, but it works out. My charming husband dressed as a server with red cat ears on his head, looking to me as if nothing was amiss. Erik, what are you doing here?
I was asked to volunteer some time here for the event with my brothers, and we all agreed since we knew the owner. However, we didn't expect you to come, Highness.
I pursed my lips at him, a little hurt that he didn't tell me he was working. Then again, I didn't tell him I was coming. I simply smiled up at him. He looked natural with his cat ears, so much so that I didn't feel surprised to see them on his head for the event. You look handsome, Erik, especially with the ears. Erik smiled and bowed graciously, making me giggle at his obnoxious gesture. He definitely knew how to please a crowd. The customers around us were smiling and giggling at the sight as well.
I always aim to please. Now, how may I serve you?
I looked away for a moment to look at the menu. There were so many options I couldn't decide. I'm not sure. What would you recommend?
Well, Your Highness, I would recommend the Passionate Tea as a perfect beverage today. It's a rooibos tea with a lovely mixture of berry and orange flavors.
I couldn't help but nod in delight at the description. It sounded perfect indeed for the day. Eros, the cat who was sitting with me, gave a small meow of approval as well, making me and Erik laugh a bit.
Very well. One passionate tea coming right up.
Everything's always so passionate with you, Erik. Erik bowed and made his way to the kitchen, giving Eros the chance to strut over and curl up onto my lap with a hefty purr. Well, aren't you a charmer? I let my attention be claimed by the cat in my lap, petting him and feeding him cat treats for fun as I waited for my order to be filled. I halfway considered adopting him because of how much he resembled Erik. Then again, 2 Eriks in the house? Whew. I shook my head with a laugh before looking up and watching the man on my mind serving everyone in his section with perfect charm and poise, earning quite a few swooning glances from the patrons. As Erik finally made his way to me, I couldn't help but smile teasingly at him.
Your drink, Highness? Whatever is the matter?
What? You don't like the impish look on my face? You're quite popular with the patrons, Erik. I have to say, I'm a little jealous. Of course, I meant it as a joke. I knew Erik was forever faithful to me, and I loved him eternally. However, it was fun to poke fun at his charming mask when I knew exactly who resided underneath. I gave a small rub on Eris's head before sipping my tea, humming in delight at the taste. It was indeed exquisite for the day. What broke me out of my delighted stupor was the sound of the patrons around us gasping and squealing in some form of joy or envy, causing me to look away from my teacup in curiosity. Oh. My eyes widened at the sight of Erik, humbled as ever, on his knee beside me and holding out his hand patiently to me. Why do you do this? And why is your upper torso so much bigger than your bottom half? That's what it looks like. I don't know why. You're too pretty, you know.
Highness, there may be many whom I serve today, but know that I serve you for all of eternity as your loving servant.
I instantly became flustered at the gesture. Everyone was staring at us, and I could hear my heartbeat in my head. Erik!
Please, allow me your hand.
Out of pure instinct, I gently laid my hand in his, wondering what exactly he would do, as if he couldn't make me blush any harder. But indeed he did. Erik softly smiled and gently kissed over my knuckles, right against his ring on my finger, as if to seal his love into my skin with his lips. My cheeks were beyond warm, and I felt my heart race as the patrons around us whooped and hollered at the sight. Damn it, Erik, why must you do this? And why must I love every bit of it? I couldn't even stop myself from smiling in pride at his softly passionate lips on my hand. Passionate red lips. Yay! Oh, he's so beautiful. And romantic. I can't help but love that sweet, sweet boy. Okay, so that was Erik's turn. That means the brute who had some misgivings about what he had signed up for is next. So I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of cuteness associated with Sam. So we'll see what happens with that, guys, in the next time. So until then, I will see you later.